Welcome back to Entertainment Banter. My name is Joel,
And I'm Matt.
and we are here to talk about
Yes, we are. What are we going to talk about today, Joel?
entertainment.
Let me guess. Disney.
Why are you ruining my dramatic
plus
pauses?
apps.
Why my dramatic pauses? were
Reptile
dramatic?
farms
Why?
inside people's homes. I don't know.
Oh, my dramatic
Hey,
pauses.
Joel,
were
you
like
sent me a bunch of
everything.
texts today.
I did.
I'm going
So
to
there's a
roll
lot of-
reverse today.
So, okay.
I'm going to roll reverse. So usually I'm
Fine.
the one that finds things and informs Joel about information in the world because
Right.
he actually lives in a bunker. He only comes out once every 7 years.
Bunker
and,
is putting a glamour turn on it. It's right.
No, but every once in a while, Joel does his homework, while he's taking a poop, surfing the web, and he came across something. Joel, what did you come across today?
Spider-Man.
Oh, well,
Wait.
okay, everybody knows about Spider-Man, Joel. He's red, he shoots webs,
Oh.
Depending on which one you believe.
You want more
he builds
details.
his cartridges.
You want more
Yeah,
detail.
yeah.
Oh,
Peter
oh.
Parker,
Right,
Miles Morales.
right. Andrew Garfield signed on for Spider-Man.
Which Spider-Man, my friend?
Good question. That is a good question. The only
Oh,
information
that's part of the problem.
That's
Okay.
the problem. We
Okay.
know is that Spider-Man Andrew Garfield has signed a contract to be Spider-Man in a live-action scenario. Nobody knows what, but there's a lot of Easter eggs and small things leading to the.
Well, let's back it up.
Also,
I thought he was in bad with Sony. What happened there?
I don't know.
He didn't show up to an event, a public affairs event. And
it's very much so,
they took
but
offense to it.
honestly, I
But
think
money changes everything.
I know it. I don't even think that. I think when Kevin Feige has an idea in his head and it's Marvel related, Sony's just got to pull up his big boy pants and deal with the shit that Kevin Feige's throwing down.
So Disney once again
It was
is spearheading
probably-
this, you think?
I think Disney is. I think they're not only spearheading it, they're giving, it's almost like they're leading Sony in a direction. It's like manipulation. Like, hey, Sony, we're going to open doors for all your movies to be connected, push in this direction. But the thing is, you need Doctor Strange to do this. He's going
Right.
to, Doctor Strange is pretty much going to be like Madam Web. If you were watching the 90s anime, it's like Madam. He's going to make the Madam Web when he does his.
So you're saying
Into the Multiverse Madness.
Feige and Disney are basically saying they're like the big brother talking to little brother, saying, "Hey,
Right.
do you want to get big boy toys for Christmas? This is what you need to do.
You want to play with the big boys? This is how it's going to happen. So
Like, we can make your life a living hell, or we can all be rich.
And there's
you
a
want
lot
to be
of-
super rich or super fucked because we will do everything to destroy you in the process.
right, we will buy you later. So
Yeah.
So not only
Way
Andrew Garfield
later.
signed on for Spider-Man, people are still waiting for confirmation for Tobey Maguire. There has been talks about it. Recently, Jimmy
Would
Kimmel.
you want Toby? Would you want Toby?
I want one of these. So one of these Spider-Mans will, quote me now, will die in front of Miles Morales. We will still
I hope
have
it's
3
Tobey.
Spider-Mans, but
I hope
one
it's
of
Tobey.
them will die in front of Miles because that is how Miles becomes the Spider-Man he is.
Of course. Right.
Just like how every Spider-Man has an Uncle Ben or someone deep to them die, like Spider-Gwen had Peter Parker, and then you have all the Uncle Bens that die through all the Spider-Mans. I'm sure Uncle
All right.
Ben died from Tom hit.
if
Tom.
you're really going that route, it can't be Toby because he's too old. So it would have to be our new guy.
I would think
Tommy boy.
Tom Holland would be perfect because actually his age would line up perfectly to Death of the Spider-Man, to the comic where Miles comes to be.
Right.
If they
If
want
you're
to
doing
do
the Miles
if they want to
route.
do Toby or Andrew Garfield, they're going to do it the new Into the Spider-Verse way that Sony just did. But I don't think they're going to repeat what they just did.
No.
So Tom Holland could be on the chopping block, but that also means we'll get a new Spider-Man with Miles Morales. We're not going to keep Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. They're probably just going to do
So do you think
cameos
this
or
is,
some kind of small thing involved, help to train Miles, but it's going to be, this is my prediction, one of them is going to
So-
die and Miles is going to come to be.
Well, obviously, I think one would die.
Right.
So do you think this is just a big ploy to get Miles into the universe?
No, I don't. But I think it's a progression to bring Miles into the universe. It's not the only goal. I think a lot of the the Spider-Verse thing people are talking about is they're trying to create the Sinister Six quicker without creating, because they just signed on also the original actor who played Doc Ock in Spider-Man 2. He just got signed on.
Interesting.
He literally just got signed on to be Doc Ock in the new Spider-Man 3 movie.
And you liked that performer.
I did, and people are wondering, like, because when he died or disappeared in Spider-Man 2, the sun went down, and he just floated away.
Yeah,
In theory, they could say that he got into a warp through there, and he ended up just like Red Skull ended up on where the Soul Stone was. That could end up, but also people are talking about how he could be a different version of that Doc Ock in this other universe. You know, it's the same actor.
Let's talk about that. That's really good.
So they're trying. Right. So they're trying to link it because Jamie Foxx also got signed on to be Electro, but he also mentioned he will not be wearing a blue costume or being blue in it, just like how he was in the Amazing Spider-Man. So these characters could be just like how the Daily Bugle, how he was James Jameson was at the end of Spider-Man 2, Far From Home, and all the other Spider-Mans. He was a different version of himself. So it's not the same. You know what I mean?
That's the miracle writing.
Versions.
That's the one few thing that's one of the few miracle writings of Spider-Verse. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kudos to those guys that wrote the Spider-Verse introduction to comics. You know,
right.
That's why I enjoyed the books because they literally if you read the comics themselves, they take it a step further because it's comic books.
Right.
They actually added. Animation. When I say animation style, I mean artwork style of animation for like the '67 cartoon show into the comic itself.
Yeah.
So when they enter those worlds, it literally looks like you're entering the cartoon of '67 Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So you have like
that.
a you know what I mean? It looks really awesome.
Yeah.
But so that universe they created is brilliant. So it's like one of the get out of jail free cards that really truly works. Like you could mess up any genre, any storyline because there's infinite universes, right? I think Ninja Turtles is the only other thing that really focused on that. Besides
the beauty of it. You
DC's,
can play all,
Justice League and stuff.
You can play all the what if scenarios. I know Disney's come out with the what if animated features. It feels like it's gonna be like the Animatrix kind of thing, like small stories of what if.
Let's backpedal to.
That's kind of the same thing with Spider-Man with the Into the Spider-Verse, which has been kind of so neat. The 90s cartoon touched on it, and they showed universes where like Peter Parker is the exact same, but Uncle Ben did not die. And Spider-Man was not really a hero. He was just a circus clown, more or less.
Right. He was selfish, kind of like the fighter one was.
Yeah. So jumping into what we're seeing now.
Well, I was going to ask you.
What are you going to ask me?
Let's. I mean, we always talk about we're talking the fanboy side of this right now,
right.
But let's talk the business side.
Let's talk business.
Disney and Sony, it's
hate
like
each other.
Like it's like they're
rivals.
They're gonna get a divorce, but only after the kids move out of the house.
I feel like it's not like a divorce. I feel like it's like a disownership. Like it's like we own you, Sony, but we're gonna kick you out of the house. Not a divorce, because divorce.
Right. Good for
divorce,
you. Good for you.
Divorce
that the lawyers picked your side.
Divorce is saying like they were equals at some point. I don't think they've ever been.
No, that's a good point. I'm looking at. You're right. So I mean, it's kind of like one of those situations where it's like, if you divorce them, you're gonna lose more money. Like let's say you're the breadwinner, you're gonna lose more than she would or he would.
Right.
So here's the thing. Getting back to that situation. What I don't like, but it's going to work in their favor for this on both sides, Sony and Disney, is like all they have to do is just keep throwing in random SHIT. Like, for example, we got James Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man 2. Right? And we're going to get Michael Keaton's Vulture in Morbius, which then ties in the...
I want to talk about that after you...
so we got Tom Holland now into Morpheus, but we also have Tobey Maguire into Tom Holland. So, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, they already are just purposely throwing random things together. Jamie Foxx, you had mentioned.
Right.
So that it could go somewhere, and it could go absolutely nowhere. And the danger is, if it goes absolutely nowhere...
You're going to piss off
as a Spider-Man fan. Okay, I was just going to say, as a Spider-Man fan, if they just keep throwing all this stuff, would that be sloppy to you? Like, you go back years later and watch these movies, and you're like, this is stupid.
I don't think
it's just trying to drag us through the mud.
Well, I don't think it's going to piss me off. You're going to see, obviously, Andrew Garfield signed on as a cameo or something for Spider-Man, right?
Right.
So we're going to see him again. We don't know if it's in the Spider-Man 3 movie or not. Jimmy Kimmel actually tried he had a phone interview with Zendaya because they're filming it in November during Thanksgiving. And they were, where were they? In Atlanta. And they were
Oh, that's right, because everyone's locked down except them.
Right.
Yep. And it's funny too because I thought Hollywood didn't like Atlanta because they're
The abortion
political
laws.
views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
But somehow when money's involved and viruses are involved, all of a sudden abortion
we
standards
say this,
just go out the window.
We say this, but then we do this because money's involved and we don't want to lose it.
Oh, it hurts our wallet. We look good on paper, but behind closed doors,
right.
we're gonna still shoot there. Our noble intentions are gonna go out the window.
So Jimmy Kimmel was trying to give her shit, and he was asking her questions she can't say, and one of the questions was, did you have Thanksgiving with Spider-Man? And she's like, ho 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 ho, and like, and she's like, is it right to say that Spider-Man 3 is called Spider-Man 3 because there's 3 Spider-Men in it? And she said, I cannot confirm nor deny. And that was interesting how she said it that way. But anyways, talking about the Spider, we know that's happening, but we know also Doc Ock got hired to be another Doc Ock, and we know Electro, Jamie Foxx got hired to be another. I should know the Doc Ock's actor's name, but anyways, Jamie Foxx to be Electro. But we also know Vulture is in the Morbius. Well, here's the thing. I think what really is happening, these characters may not be the actual characters from their respective movies that we think.
Right.
Like
they're going to be alternate versions.
We see Vulture in Morbius, but with Michael Keaton, but he may not be the Vulture we know in Spider-Man Homecoming. He may be a whole new Vulture in that universe. Right. You know what I mean? And then you see the background, you see Tom Maguire, Spider-Man on that graffiti wall. So maybe this is the Vulture that Tom Maguire fights. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we may get a whole different Doc Ock. We may get a whole nother Electro. It just may be different people, but they're trying to keep it across the board. So it looks like they are trying to line up these movies so you can watch a movie and go, oh, Jamie Foxx has been Electro in this universe and this universe and da da da.
It's easier for us to, if we see something familiar,
right,
to accept it.
So we may even see another James Jonah Jameson in another form as well too. So I think it's just great because it means they are linking these movies in some kind of way. Whether or not it becomes a Spider-Verse is yet to be seen, but having Doctor Strange come out after Spider-Man 3, because Spider-Man 3 comes out next year, and then Multiverse comes out after that. Sony's releasing it as a blockbuster again next 2021 summer, supposedly, and it's going to touch on multiverse stuff. So I believe Doctor Strange is going to play that Madam Web thing, and we're going to lead into the Secret Wars at that point. Of course, it's going to vast out. It's not going to be. We're probably not going to see a Secret Wars movie since the coronavirus happened. Not probably until 2028, 2030 even.
Let me ask you this, because we were speculating that Galactus is supposed to be this.
Galactus will be in the middle. He's going to start it. He's going to start this Overland.
I think the whole next wave that they just announced, we didn't talk about this at all, but Disney posted all their stuff.
They just threw up Star Wars and Marvel all over us.
All over us, and it doesn't look good. But so, anyways, if this is going to be
because
the era
Han Solo's in the new Marvel movie, and then Spider-Man's appearing in Jedi, it's weird.
I can't even take you seriously half the time. Yeah, but no, in all honesty, the next 10 movies is going to be about all-female heroes and Galactus, probably.
You keep saying it's all-female heroes. I mean,
it is all-female heroes. Ironheart is a female
portion, yes.
No. The goal is to make it all a female Avenger cast. That's the goal. So it is going to be all-female.
And obviously,
I'm not saying it's a negative. I'm saying that's the goal. That's what they're trying to do.
That's fine. I feel like if it happens, it happens. But I feel like there's still a lot.
It's going to. That's what they're trying to do.
But
my point is after that, after Galactus, Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
I feel like you're right. They're starting to plant the seeds because there's a Secret War in there.
Yes, Secret Wars be a huge event like Endgame.
So the Spider-Man might be an alternate universe simultaneously to this one, because you know what? I just figured it out. As I'm talking, I just figured it out.
Before you do that, before you figure out and say what you think you figured out, just remember that WandaVision comes out January, and TV
show.
She breaks into you're supposed to watch that whole TV show before you watch the new Doctor Strange, because it breaks into the multiverse as well.
Yeah, they look like they're in a weird place in life. Yeah.
So what'd you figure out, Matt? What did you figure out?
Now, this is just me talking.
I want you politics. For the record, I want you to say it.
Okay, this is what I'm saying.
Okay, say it.
Hollywood execs. They're going to trust these creators to do what they want. And the creators, especially at Disney, have decided a long time ago that they want to push their agendas and policies, right? They tried it with Star Wars.
Sure.
They tried it last minute with Avengers, right? The first round of of that. At the very end, they tried to push it, right?
Yeah.
They started pushing it really hard with Star Wars. Excuse me. And then they tried to push it with at the end of Avengers, right?
Okay.
What happened? Because they were trash talking men mostly, it tanked, it bombed hard because all their messaging was not towards the men that have been supporting these properties for 40, 50, 60 years. It tanked. They lost money.
Okay.
So if you know that these same creative people are trying to, if you want to use the term, trying to be progressive, and they're trying to, change culture by incorporating all female heroes and whatever else, whatever agendas they want to push, safe space, whatever, fat people as heroes, like whatever you want to do, I don't care. That's what they want to push. They want to make America great again. I'm going to use Trump line there by incorporating fat people as heroes and, safe space, which the term alone just doesn't make any sense. If you go to a safe space, but you're like outgoing hero. I haven't read the book. I haven't given it the time of day. But my point is, it's failing, all right?
Right.
If you're not catering to your audience, it's going to fail. So if you know that those people are in charge and they're going to continue to do it, and you're paying the bills and you want your return, you have a backup plan. You have a spare tire in the trunk. You have a plan B. You know what that plan B is?
Spiderverse.
Spider-Man. Because if they stay true to Spider-Man in the Spiderverse, that will be successful. And they could go, as we've talked, they could go on multiple story arcs for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So Marvel could tank like crazy, meaning with the female leads and stuff, and trashing on men and whatever.
Right.
That could fail miserably, as long as they're ass kissing men in Spider-Man. And so if Spider-Man is successful, just like how the parks bail out the studios, Spider-Man could bail out Avengers. Disney still wins because they say, hey, look, we're progressive. We try to do new things, and we try to show people, diversity and all this other stuff. But when that doesn't sell because they're just on the man-hating bandwagon,
right? They can
Spider-Man
come back
can bail them
and
out.
they can bail out and come back and do what they want.
They could take the revenue from Spider-Man and bail them out.
You just explained Marvel's early days in comics. Spider-Man and X-Men bailed out the Avengers all the time. So it's because they always try different things, and like with Avengers or like Guardians, like all the crap that Disney made millions and billions of dollars off right now.
Right.
Spider-Man and X-Men have been bailing those comics out for years. So
but they
you
stay
just
true to those characters.
So you just explained like what I mean. If history repeats itself, that will happen.
Right. Well, and I'm not
Hopefully
saying
they figure
that
it
the
out.
Marvel's Avengers cinematic universe is going to tank.
It's just
going to
do
one or
less.
two hit wonder.
Yeah.
There's going to be a successful film in there somewhere. But I'm just saying, when your goal in life is just to do the obscure, you know what I mean? It's not, your motivation is wrong. You know what I mean? Instead of just doing it naturally, I feel like the motivation is just wrong. We're going to do it this way, and we're going to do it this way now. And like, I think that's the problem that Disney has not figured out. Like, there's a way to do it. Like, for example, Lando movie. I told you that, I don't know if it's a show or a movie, but I said after the Rise of Skywalker, I told you, Lando goes, let's go find out. I said, see, you don't do that. That has nothing to do with the movie that we're watching. But you had to put it in there because you have to, like. Now you're saying, like, see, Lando's going to have a spin-off show, or Lando's going to have a spin-off movie.
And now Hayden Christensen got signed on to be Darth Vader again. Fuck him.
Listen, I'm just saying, why do we have to...
Don't resurrect his acting career.
I don't understand how or why it's necessary that we have to... They're taking the MCU thing that worked because it was based on comic books, and they're applying it to everything now. And I don't have a stupid enough metaphor to relate. Like I just, you know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna make, I don't know what to say, Joel. It makes me so angry. It's like if you're watching a My Little Pony movie, and then all of a sudden, Bruce Wayne shows up and says, "My dad bought me a pony when I was a kid." You're like, oh, it's gonna be a spinoff. We're gonna have Batman's gonna be riding My Little Ponies in the next movie.
Matt, that was dumb.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
let's bring you out of this. Let's bring you out of this.
Please bring me out.
Okay,
So let's talk.
Okay.
Let's talk the 3 Spider-Man
Doctor
genres.
Strange is going to be directed by who?
I don't know. Sam Raimi. I have no idea.
Yeah, no, you nailed it right there.
Well, if he's relating it to the Spider-Verse, it makes sense.
That's why. That's
But
why
Sam
there's so many Easter eggs to explain that these 3 Spider-Men are going to be. I think there's going to be some cameo, whether or not. This is my honest opinion. What's going to happen in the new Spider-Man 3 movie, right? They're going to lead their way into a Spider-Verse kind of thing.
Spider-Verse,
right? They're going to lead
Spider-Man
into it
simultaneously,
but they're not going to. Yeah,
you
don't even. It's 3 different movies. You just split screen it 3 ways, and you're watching 3 different movies at the same time. That's how they're going to do it. They're never going to interact. No, what I think what's really going to happen is you're going to see Tom Maguire in his universe, and you're going to see Andrew Garfield in his universe, and you're going to see Tom Holland in his universe, and they're not going to meet in this movie at all.
No.
They're just going to make it known.
Smart, they'll do 3 trilogies each.
They're just going to be known that they are existent together, that these movies are now connected in some way. They're not going to have them split screen. You're just going to know, like, maybe it'll be like a moment where, like, Tom Holland's like, oh, that feels weird, that feels like I did that somewhere else, like, but it's deja vu moment, right? And then Andrew Garfield's going to do it in another scene, and it's going to be him swinging along. And then maybe at the credit scene, you're going to see Tom Maguire doing something. And you're going to have them in the movie, but they're going to be small cameos just to go little teaser like, hey, I'm going to pull your nipple a little bit and just go, hey, this is what we're going towards. Because they're not going to – they haven't set anything up for us to shit on it.
DC Universe is already doing that with the HBO Max and all that stuff. Here's the thing, though. Like, that can only take you so far. That goes back to the Mandalorian dick teasing thing, where it's like, if you're going to show Boba Fett, you need to show Boba Fett. And so far, Feige and Filoni and Favreau, I've been doing that, which is good. Well, they actually have proven me wrong, or they did what they should have done. So that's
the
good.
thing. You can't. They didn't set anything up to just introduce the other 2 Spider-Mans. There's nothing there, so they have to do that in this movie. So you have to do some kind of. You have to do a tease.
Well, let me tell you what I would do as a person.
Well, we know Daredevil's coming back. I think the guy who did Daredevil on the Netflix TV show, he's
very
coming
smart.
back.
Very smart
to play his lawyer.
Very smart to do.
Yeah, he was good.
He was a great actor for that role. I
and they can connect.
Character.
They can connect the Defenders in some kind of multiverse kind of bullshit.
Of course they can. So here's the thing, though. Like, if you're smart and you're looking long term and you want to do it right, this is what you do. You bring back, like you said, you tease them all in the Avengers Cinematic Universe, Doctor Strange or whatever you want to, WandaVision, whatever.
The MCU.
But then, excuse me. But then what happens is, you need to have, if you bring Andrew Garfield back and you bring Tobey back, it would be smart of them to purposely put them in Peter's different timelines. Like, Tobey would be the after college older guy. You know what I mean? Like, he would be that generation.
Yeah.
Garfield would be in between,
and
obviously you got Holland as the younger one.
Right.
And then what you do is you have 3 trilogies simultaneously going. Like it's like its own cinematic universe. You get to watch all 3 Spider-Mans, and their worlds are starting to combine. So like, and then it comes together in their world.
That would be
then you could incorporate that into this Marvel Cinematic Universe, like you're saying. Whereas they're not really involved in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're teased. So like, you watch Marvel Cinematic Universe, you're all about your women Avengers, but you see a tease of the Spider-Man universe, which is completely unrelated at this point. You could almost have it completely unrelated. And you're like, oh yeah, I forgot that whole universe is going on in this whole other bracket of movie making.
With that happening, though, you can have Tom Maguire encounter a whole different Tony Stark, a whole different Avengers, female versions.
Absolutely. Well, I think they're going to stick to the MCU being female, meaning the one that they've been currently following. But
that's fine.
It's funny that you bring that up, because Marvel was talking about replacing all of the essential male leads with males, because it's cheaper. Like, we can't get Robbie anymore.
Thor, you mean like Thor, Robert, Thor,
right,
Iron Man,
right.
Captain
They're going to
America.
recast all those characters as males, and this would be the way to do it. You're right. They could introduce those versions into Spider-Man. It could go on and on and on and on.
They could do 3 different versions of them, you know what I mean? And just create a whole other universe. And I mean, that's how the comics have done it. That's how they've done it. God, you're dying.
I know. No.
Don't cough into your mic side, buddy.
It's all right. I'm allergic.
But
to
they can easily they can easily do shit like that, and they are. But do you think, changing my words, do you think that there'd be too much Spider-Man if they do simultaneous trilogies like that? Like,
There's no such thing as too much of anything.
No,
Joel.
because when they re-released
Not in Hollywood's
Amazing
eyes.
Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, people were like, "Really, a reboot? We just had Spider-Man."
It wouldn't be a reboot because
No,
they
I know.
just ended the series.
It'd just be continuation of what they've been doing.
And I gotta say, like, I was not a huge fan of Garfield as
I did.
Peter.
I liked his better.
I know you did. I know you did. This is my final thought. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, blow out your final thought out your rectum.
I didn't think he was bad. I liked his franchise the best. When I saw the Sinister Six at the end of the second movie lined up, I thought, wow, this is going somewhere. This is going to be really cool. We're finally going to get the Spider-Man movies we always wanted to get. And then, as always, politics hit, and it's done deal. It doesn't happen. And now it's got a chance for revival. Sam Raimi, I know you like him, but I personally don't trust him. He's done a lot of great films. I like a lot of his stuff, Evil Dead.
The
thing is, though,
I lost respect to him when he let them all walk over him for the third Spider-Man movie, and he just shat out his ass.
That, and I think he also bailed. He did Spider-Man. Who did X-Men? Did he do X-Men too? He
didn't touch in the X-Men. He only did 2 Spider-Man movies. Oh, 3 Spider-Man movies. Sorry, the 3.
The 3. Right.
Yeah.
But I thought he had a hand in something else that screwed something else up. But I can't remember.
Are you thinking Bryan Singer?
No, I know Bryan Singer screwed up X-Men. He ditched to do Superman Returns, and that didn't work out.
We don't talk about X-Men enough on here.
We talk about it all the time. So anyways, here's the thing. As a fan of these characters, as long as they don't drag them through the mud and destroy them like they always do, it's an exciting time as a fanboy to see the potential of having all of these characters come in. I'm not a fan of like Tobey Maguire. I think he's kind of pretentious and a little shit.
Horrible casting job.
But for the sake of storytelling and his character, I mean, you can't erase his movies. So
No.
I mean, like, if you incorporated these other two, it would make sense to bring him in. But it'd be interesting to see if these. I mean, who says no to paychecks? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So I don't. I mean, if he might try to pull some ego card, like, well, if you want me, I was the original. You got to pay me up the wazoo. They may say
that
no.
could be while they're working on him. You know.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't pay too much because guess what, Disney? You don't. It's gonna take a while for you to recover from all this. So I would not blow your wad and hope for the best. I think what you should do is just make some great movies without him, and then let him come crawling back to the table when he's got no work.
I mean, he may just want to come be part of it. Like, I want to do that role again. I mean, just remember that in the first Spider-Man movie, they did tease Stark Industries in there and all that. So.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, again, that's that whole throw whatever you want at it.
Well, I know that was back in the day when they were allowed to do whatever they wanted to do.
Right. That's true. But it's the same comic universe. You know what I mean? So.
It is. They all live there. I mean, Fantastic Four will be released as well as one of the last movies in their phase from the ones they announced. And that'll introduce Silver Surfer and the Galactus starting all that. You know, that's going to be huge for Galactus.
And maybe Peter will become part of Fantastic Four when they kill off the Human Torch.
Well, who knows what they're going to do with... Did they do that?
Yeah, it was hilarious. He wears
oh my God.
a Fantastic Four
Does
uniform
he really?
for a while. And then he puts on a paper bag over his head.
Gosh.
Because he doesn't want his true identity to be known.
Wow.
But Spider-Man temporarily takes over.
That
was what Bobby's was his name Bobby? I think that was his not Bobby, that's Iceman. Who is the Human Torch? I don't know. Anyways, I could be Bobby, I don't know.
No.
But anyways, that was
know
his his dying wish. He wanted Spider-Man to replace him.
Storm. Johnny Storm.
Johnny Storm. Thank you, Johnny.
He was his dying wish. He wanted Spider-Man to take over. That's hilarious.
He wanted Spider-Man. If anyone filled his shoes, it'd be Spider-Man.
Well,
so he puts on Fantastic Four suit, but he's wearing like a paper bag over his head.
Well, there is rumors that they sold Avenger Tower in New York that either
Fantastic Four. Yeah,
either Fantastic Four was going to be it or Oscorp was going to buy it. One of the companies was going to buy it. So we're going to see something interesting. It'll probably be Fantastic Four.
It would make sense
because,
because it's very metaphoric. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, I think it would be Fantastic Four because again, they like to play with that A logo, and it could easily turn into a 4.
The question is, do you think it's going to be another reboot of Fantastic Four, or are we just going to start off and we know them already?
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, I mean, the first Fantastic Four has Captain America as Johnny Storm, so that
They
kind of
can't
makes
do it.
weird.
And the second one was
and then
just
the
awful.
second one was just
just awful.
I haven't even watched it, but it's more about, that was politics coming into play, like diversity and focusing more on that.
It didn't bother me with the diversity. It was the fact that it made no sense how they got their powers. It made no sense.
Did they not do the Cosmic Storm thing?
They did the Cosmic Storm, but somehow they come back from this other universe. They come back this dimension. They leave Doctor Doom there, Victor Von Doom, and then they come back. And it was kind of neat how they showed the Rock break in, and he got the Rock formation, and then the other guy caught on fire, and he became flame. But then stretching doesn't make any sense. And then all of a sudden they come back to the place. The invisible girl pulls them back, right? And then a shockwave happens, and she gets knocked over, and she has powers now too. What?
Yeah. Well, it was it was that Cosmic Storm that did it.
That was a stretch.
So it was not much better of a stretch.
It was
Here's
a stretch.
The thing. We're running out of time, but now you brought this up. I was thinking Doctor Doom, right? So the area in Avengers 2
was not that wasn't it. It was, I think it was supposed to be, but they could make that stretch to be it.
Because
I looked it up.
Back.
I looked it up. It's a different
city. I
city.
For WandaVision.
It's a different
something.
It's a different city, but that can easily change. You know what I mean? Like they
Sokovia,
could say, yeah, Sokovia was what they dropped, but
Sokovia.
I think where Doctor Strange is from is Doctor Doom is from somewhere else. Because I looked it up, I'm like, oh, that'd be very convenient, but I think they had to do that on purpose. Just the reason why they couldn't put adamantium in certain things and say mutant in the Marvel universe. They had to.
Well, the villain that started Civil War, right? The one that tried to tear them apart.
Yeah.
He, I think we saw him. That actor's back.
He is back.
He's
in. He is in Falcon and the.
They
Winter
wouldn't imply
Soldier.
he's Doctor Doom, would he? That'd be interesting.
I don't
if
know.
He becomes Doctor Doom. That would be interesting.
I have no idea. They yeah, so he's in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Latveria is a place where Doctor Doom is from.
That's right.
But they can easily, it's a
go.
made up place, but Sokovia is not a made up place, and they easily can say that's where Doctor Doom is actually from,
Right. Well, we'll see. It's been exciting talking about Spider-Man. What just to be a dick, what was what happened? How'd you get this information and then it got removed, right? Real quick. Where'd it come from?
Oh yeah, let's do that as my final thought because we got to get wrapping this up.
Yes.
Someone at Sony Latina got fired because Sony owns a news broadcasting service over there, and they released a small teaser trailer. It was a minute long, and they show they ask a question, which Spider-Man is your favorite? And they show a clip of Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland. And then they go, well, this next movie, you won't have to choose. And then all this teasing the Spider-Verse, and then it ends. But usually when Sony accidentally leaks a teaser like that or something, Sony will just claim the profits from it if it got released just in time, But Sony removed it everywhere. Anyone who posts that video who saved it gets their account, gets it deleted instantly. So it's really quick gone, and it makes you wonder why. Someone in that news place probably got some news about that and decided, hey, you know what? I'm just going to make a teaser about it. And even though they didn't confirm anything, it was a big, strong teaser. Someone at Sony who knew something, and they got screwed. So they get fired. I'm sure they got fired. I'm sure they pulled and said, what the fuck are you doing? But
well, that's it.
On that final note.
That's what happens. Yeah, that final note. Thank you for listening to Entertainment Banter. My name is Matt.
And my name is Joel. And I'm done.